Hello again in this installment of Spiritual Wisdom. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new, and I'm grateful to all of you who follow me here and to have this little community and share my knowledge with you to help you on your spiritual path, to help you with self-love, because it'd be such a better world if more and more of us walk the path of self-love and learn to love ourselves. And there's so many secrets in this universe and so many things that are possible with the power of the universe, and if we knew, and I'm just grateful to share it to help each of you into this community. But if you're new here, my name is Nicholas, and on my channel I talk about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, self-love, and all matter of false, occult and spiritual topics. So if you're interested in those types of things, you know what to do. You may subscribe, join this amazing community, and click the bell icon to be notified each time I post my video. Today I'm going to talk about the 4 powers. With the 4 powers, anything is possible. Now we live in a world full of possibilities. Like you could say, could someone from rags come and become wealthy? Well, there's an old saying, from rags to riches. So yes, people that are poor or struggle with money can become very wealthy and abundant. And everything in this world, what exists, was created by the power of manifestation, because our thoughts create reality. Because if we go back to ancient Greece, ancient Rome, Egyptians, back then in ancient Rome and Greece there were inventors, people that thought about something, it was be in their mind. They had this great idea, but the idea existed in their mind about making something or creating something. The idea existed here, and the idea was like a seed in the mind. But that person focused on their dream, their vision, their idea, and then they took physical action on that idea, and then that idea was no longer an idea. It manifested into a physical reality. Because we live in the world we live in, this third dimensional plane. So the world we call planet Earth, which is really the third dimensional plane of existence, because there are many worlds beyond this one, but the one we know is planet Earth. On this Earth we experience everything physically. Like if I was to lift this up, I feel it as if I'm touching a physical object, but what's really happening is my energy is connecting with the energy of that object. That's really what's happening there. But we do, as human beings back in ancient times, there'd be inventors, creative people would come up with great ideas, and everybody would have thought that great idea was, that person who came up with the idea was stupid. What they were thinking about couldn't be done, but it was impossible. But that person stuck to the idea, they took action, and that idea became a physical reality. Now the 4 powers in the universe, but there are many powers that make things possible. But with the 4 powers, anything is possible. So the first power is the universe. Now, one thing many of us agree in the spiritual community or believe in, that there's a higher power in the universe. What many spiritual people don't agree on is what that higher power is. That's where the conflict and the arguments come in. But really the higher power is just like an onion. The higher power is one, and the higher power is made up of everything light, dark. The higher power is masculine, feminine, because we live in a duality universe, but the higher power is made up of everything. And God, if you like, has many names, many faces, but God comes into our life in a way what makes sense to us. And the different gods and goddesses are different archetypes, and they're beings in their own right. They've got their own personality, their own energy. And some deities have got a similar energy, but they're still their own being. But they're all different aspects of divinity. But with the universe, or God, however you see God, because it's personal, with God, the universe, anything is possible. And again, in many cultures, from the ancient Greeks, Romans, Egyptians, they believed in many gods. They believed each god was an individual and worshipped the gods as individual gods. But even they understood with the gods, anything is possible. And it's true with the universe, because if we turn to the universe, our angels, our guides, and the gods and the goddesses and the higher powers, we turn to them, then anything, they give us advice and guidance to help us. So when we pray and meditate with the universe, the higher powers, They give us the tools to help ourselves, and they give us inspiration to change our life. But with a higher power, the universe, anything is possible. Or because I'm a pagan and I work with many different gods, with the gods, anything is possible. Also, the second power in the universe is magic. Now, magic is energy attached to an intention, because as witches, as magical practitioners, we build up energy. We understand what everything is energy, so we channel energy, the energy of the earth, the energy around us, our own energy. We can bind all these energies together. Then we, through energy sensing and energy manipulation, we sense energy, our own energy, the energy of the earth around us. Through grounding, we connect with the earth's energy, and we can bind all these energies together, and then we add our will and intention into it. But with magic, anything is possible, because magic is a tool that has been used for thousands of years. Goddess Hecate's also taught me this, but magic has been used for thousands of years. For many cultures, from Greek, Roman, Egyptian, and Native American, many cultures have practiced magic, but they done magic to bring about change. And with that's why we do spells and rituals, to change our life, to transform our life. So magic is a tool that really changes our world. And with magic, almost anything is possible with magic, because we live in a world of possibilities. And with magic, we're working with the spiritual energy first to bring about change, and then in the everyday world we take action after doing a spell or ritual. We take physical action, what will bring our desire or goal into manifestation. But with magic, anything's possible. And I always call magic the big guns, because as witches and as spiritual people, we want to try and fix a problem by doing everyday methods. Like if it's money you're struggling with, try and get a job, or try and find ways to make money from what you love doing. We want to, or if someone's not well, take them to a doctor, try and fix the problem with the mundane. And sometimes it's a good idea to include the mundane world and blend it with the magical world as well. Like when it comes to medicine, it'd be a good idea to get someone to a doctor, get them to take their medication or whatever the doctor recommends, but also do some spell and energy healing as well. But with magic, anything is possible, and it is a beautiful art where it really changes your life. With the second power is manifestation. And manifestation is really, it's the ability to turn our dreams into reality. Manifestation is really how you think it up here, and then how you believe, how you think it, how you see it, how you feel it, how you believe it is how it will be. That's really manifestation. And our thoughts create a reality, because if you think a thought, then you focus on it. Like if your thought was, right, you've got a desire, an intention. Your thought is, I want to go to Spain, right? That's your thought. You want to go to Spain, right? That's your dream. That's your thought, right? But if you say, I'm so happy and grateful I've been to Spain, you visualise you've already been there, you've experienced it. And then once you've done that, you've done the spiritual work, and you believe and think your dream's possible, you take action, you save up to go to Spain, and then eventually you'll have enough money to go that holiday. But it's the thinking, because our thoughts, you think something, you focus on it. It's just another example of manifestation would be if someone wanted to go to, let's say, someone was thinking, today I'm going to go to Glasgow, right? Now, Glasgow's not very, if you live in the UK, depending where you are in the UK, but your thought is, you could be thinking, I want to go to Glasgow. You're passionate about it. You feel in the mood to go there, right? You think it, you believe you can achieve this, you've got the confidence to do it, and then you act, you take action, and then because you were thinking about it and that focus grows, you act on the thought, and then it manifests. So you take action, just like you go, I'm going to get a bus to if you go, I'm going to get a bus to Motherwell, you think it, you focus on the thought, and as you focus on it, you act on it, and then it manifests. So everything that exists in our world was once a thought, everything. And then someone focused on the thought enough, they believed they could make it, they took the action, and it created, and it was no longer a thought, it became a physical reality. So with manifestation, anything's possible because everything that exists in our world was created through spiritual law and through manifestation. The fourth power in the universe, and it is very powerful because when it comes to manifestation and things like that, yes, it's good to think about it as if it's already happened. Ask as if it's already happened. Visualize it as if it's already happened. Imagine it as if it's already happened. And take inspired action. That's all well and good. But at the same time, you've got to believe with this. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe what you deserve to be wealthy. You deserve your dreams. You deserve your goals. You've got to believe that you're worthy of your dreams. You're worthy of your goals. But you deserve that. So you've got to believe in yourself and your own capabilities and believe what it's worth. And with the fourth power, believe in yourself. Anything's possible because Goddess Hecate's also taught me this, but we as human beings can achieve anything. We should be reaching for the stars. I'm trying to think of there's an old saying, but it's so true. The sky's the limit. That's it. The sky is the limit. We can achieve anything. And if you think about it, there's so many inventions that we as human beings have created. But if you think of aeroplanes, in the Greek times, now the ancient Greeks had beautiful technology. They made a lot of amazing things. But if we had the power to time travel for talking's sake, right, and we went all the way back to Greece, and someone said they were going to build an aeroplane, a lot of people would laugh at that person and find the idea ridiculous. But that's how things go. Everyone laughs at you, everyone doubts you, and then once you prove them wrong, people are gobsmacked. That's what happens. And a lot of great inventors, they told the world about their dreams, their goals. Everyone laughed at them, everyone doubted them, but then once they achieved it, everyone was gobsmacked. No one, was laughing anymore. So, it just goes to show we've achieved so much, and because we live in this age of technology as well, we're learning more and more, and we're advancing more and more. And that has its pros, it has its cons. But again, power is neither good nor bad, and neither's an invention, it's how we use it. And with these four powers, there are many powers that have created all things. But my message here would really be that everything in this world is created by spiritual law. Everything is created by spiritual law. Because anything's possible with the universe. Anything with magic, there's endless possibilities, and with magic, anything is possible. And also with manifestation, anything is possible. Because manifestation ties in, magic and manifestation tie into spiritual law, but everything is created from spiritual law. And if we believed in ourselves, we'd go a lot further in life. And part of self-love is also believing in yourself, believing in your dreams, your goals. It's a very healing journey, self-love, and we should all be working on it. It's for everyone. But these four lessons, these four powers teach us, with these four powers, anything is possible. And that we live in a world of endless possibilities. And it doesn't matter where you are right now. It matters where you're going. It's important to enjoy the here and now. Enjoy the here and now, because all you've got is the here and now. But people might think, I'll never achieve my dreams. If that's what you think, that's what's going to happen. You've got to believe it is possible. You've got to believe in yourself. And with these four powers, anything's possible. And everything in this world is connected to spirit, because what happens on this world affects the spirit world, and what happens in the spirit world affects our world. It's just like the planets and the cosmos, that what happens in the planets also affects events on this earth, and also affects us as a species as well. So everything is interconnected, everything is one. But with the four powers, anything is possible, and we live in a world full of endless possibilities. And again, we can achieve anything, and we've achieved so much if we believe in ourselves and we focus on our thoughts and work with these 4 principles. Anything is possible. And that's my wise and spiritual message for you. And sometimes we have to, we should always question, is something possible? And we find out if something's possible or not by delving deep into it. And we live in a world full of endless possibilities. And with these 4 powers, anything's powerful. Anything is possible with the 4 powers. So until next time, giving you wisdom as always to help you in your spiritual path, to help you in your life, and to help you grow. And what this has taught me, everything in our world is created by spiritual law. Everything's connected to spirit. Everything is one and everything's interconnected. However, until next time, stay safe, stay wise, stay magical, and for those of you who are pats and witches like me, stay witchy. Blessed be.